All these cars that you see coming down pit road had not pitted. Jerry Punch, here they come.
And Alan Kowicki's Hooters crew will go to work on that car. Car number 7 on the bottom of your screen. You're watching the Haviland crew on the top of your screen. Two competing teams trying to win a race and win a championship. Watching the Haviland crew now, right side. Tires already going on. Left side lug nuts coming off. They have fueled the car. They have yet to work on that body damage on the left rear of the Haviland car. Meanwhile, Alan Kowicki cannot get his car in gear. Finally gets in gear. The car number 11 exits pit road. That is the Budweiser car of Bill Elliott. And now Davey Allison heads back to turn 1.
Alan Kowicki had exactly that same problem in Charlotte during the running of the Mellow Yellow 500. Made the pit stop. When they let the jack down, he let the clutch out. The car would not move. Can't imagine what's wrong with that car, but he had exactly the same problem at Charlotte.
Elliott was the first to get off pit road.
And Kyle Petty, according to my calculations here, gentlemen, is the only driver of the 6 who are in the points chase who had made a green flag pit stop. He was coming out of the pits just as the caution was coming out.
Certainly it hurt Kyle Petty's chances of winning the championship here this afternoon. But again, we've got a long way to go as the second caution waves over Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Man, did you see all those cars run out of gas?
Yeah, just boom, right at the same time.
See there again, the point we can bring out again is moving high on the racetrack makes it longer, so you know 60 laps becomes 67 laps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
How did Sterling come back in?
Benny was at Rockingham that Kowicki had the problem. He lost first gear, and they're not sure where they may have just had the same problem here. We can comment on it if we get a chance.
It was Rockingham?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, okay. 26th. King Richard Petty in his final NASCAR Winston Cup race is currently in 26th position. 65 starts here in Atlanta, 6 wins, 22 top 5 finishes. And we now recall another magical moment in Richard Petty's history in this Petty memory.
This Richard Petty memory is brought to you by the First Brands Corporation, makers of STP gas treatment. 1979, the championship is on the line between Richard Petty and Darrell Waltrip at Ontario, California. But the King collects his 7th title in what may have been his most challenging crown.
The most gratifying would have been the 7th championship in '79. It came down to the last race at California, at Ontario, California, and I think he was 3 points ahead of us or something like that, where one position would have made a difference. It was a deal that Buddy Baker, I think, would sit on pole, or he was up front and I was up front qualifying. And Buddy told me, he said, you know, we get out in front here right early, said, I'll pull over and let you go, and you get 5 points, so you'll get back in front of the point deal. So Darrell sort of seen what we was doing then, because then he's 2 points behind. So when they have the caution flag, then Darrell stays out to get his 5 points back. Well, when he does that, then when he does make his pit stop, he gets in the back of the line. Then somebody spins out, and Darrell's got to spin the missile. He winds up losing a lap, and we wind up winning the point standing by 11 points or something like that.
Back. This time we get it. STP gas treatment cleans intake valves and fuel injectors to help engines run better. STP, the edge.
Now you can own the definitive documentary on the King, a production as hard driving as the man himself. Richard Petty, the legend. This limited edition 2-volume home video is sure to become a collector's item. You'll see all the highlights from the greatest career in stock car racing history. 7 NASCAR championships, 7 Daytona 500 wins, 200 wins in all. But you'll also see Richard Petty, the businessman and family man, including never-before-seen home movies from the Petty's personal collection. Along with your video, you'll also receive this limited edition Petty collector's car. And if you order now, you'll also receive this free commemorative poster. To order, call 1-800-547-4343 or send $38.95 plus $5 shipping and handling to Richard Petty, the legend. 805B Franklin Court, Marietta, Georgia 30067.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we are getting set to go green, but boy, the field looks pretty ragged, doesn't it?
Yeah,
they're not going to start them. They're not going to start them.
No, they can't start them this way. See what happened? There were some of those drivers that had made pit stops under the green. They did not come in now. Bill Elliott is the leader of the race, but there's about 4 or 5 cars in front of him that technically are in the lead lap. Elliott was trying to pull up on the outside. He can't do that. He's got to line up behind those drivers who are still in the lead lap in front of him.
See, Earnhardt is a lap down.
He's 2 laps down.
He's 2 laps down. I mean, he's a lap down, and 2 laps down once the leader should go by.
Does Alan Kulwicki have a problem, Jerry?
Bob, let's find out. We heard Alan having trouble leaving pit road. Danny Glad, is there a problem in the transmission?
Yeah, Jerry, the problem we run into is on these bigger racetracks where you have to run a taller rear end ratio. We have to run a lower first gear to get the car moving, and it's a brittle gear. They make a real expensive gear just for the application. We run it, but it's just a very brittle, it's hard on it. And we tore first gear out of transmission. We'll have to leave the pit road in second gear, but we'll be all right.
Alan Kulwicki minus first gear, guys, early on.
Let's take a look at the top 5 now. After 68 laps, it's Elliott leading. Kulwicki is second, followed by Ricky Rudd, Mark Martin, and Harry Gant. Now, the points as of this moment. Allison is in 6th position, but still maintains the points lead. Kulwicki is second, only 10 behind, and Bill Elliott is the leader of the race, and Elliott Kulwicki right now tied in the points. Back for the start after this. On pit road. They finally get this thing settled.
Kyle is not. He should be up on the outside lane. Maybe that's his choice, but he'd be better off up there because he's technically is in the lead lap.
Elliott's the guy they put back.
Yeah, and that was right. That was exactly right.
So Earnhardt and Irvin are at the tail end of the lead lap.
Well, no, Earnhardt he's tail end 2 down, but Irvin is at the tail end of the lead lap. And Jeff Bodine and Kyle Petty and Dale Jarrett and Terry Labonte, all of those are at the tail end of the lead lap. They made pit stops.
Bob Jenkins, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, Jerry Punch, and John Kernan welcome you back to Atlanta Motor Speedway, where we are about to go green as the largest sports crowd in Georgia history looks on. Restarting the Hooters 500, the final race of the 1992 NASCAR Winston Cup Series.
Folks, looking at this, you wouldn't believe the guy running about 10th is leading the race, but that's what's happening. Bill Elliott is the leader, and all these cars in front of Elliott laps down, trying to